All right, move over tea party. We're having a beer party. Some say microbreweries in this country could help save our economy. But small brewery owners say that can only happen if the government stops taxing them unfairly. Here to explain are three brewery owners who support the beer stimulus bill and want taxes cut so their small businesses can grow and continue to create jobs. Dan Kopman is the co-founder of Schlafly Beer. Nick Matt is the CEO of FX Matt Brewing. And Leslie Henderson, the co-founder and CEO of Lazy Magnolia Brewery. Good morning to all of you.
Good morning.
All right. I did not realize how heavily small beers were taxed. You're actually taxed the instant the beer is made, right? Before you even sell it.
Very nearly.
How's that work?
As soon as it leaves the door, we owe federal excise tax.
Even though you haven't sold or made a cent off of it yet?
Exactly.
All right, then when's the next tax kick in?
Well, the next tax is when the consumer buys it, and then it's at retail. But the taxes we're concerned about are these federal excise taxes, and they are basically make it difficult for brewers.
Right. So, Dan, there's a bill that's been floating around. It was introduced in the last Congress, not acted on. It has not been introduced in this Congress yet. What would it do to help you?
Well, it's going to put some dollars back into these small brewers. Small brewers employ about one person for every 1,000 barrels they make. Large brewers, about one person for every 50,000 barrels they make. Right. So the scale difference is huge.
And you know something about the scale difference because your brewery is located in St. Louis, Missouri, which is the home, of course, of Budweiser.
Right. I stare at it every day.
You stare at it every day?
Yeah, every day. I mean, we're small brewers. There's 1,700, Nick, right? 1,700 small breweries now in the United States.
1,689 to be exact, right?
Today.
And yeah, we're 5% of the business, 5% of the total beer production is small brewers, but we're 50% of the jobs.
And because you're small businesses, you know, we're talking about local businesses at the local level.
Exactly. Big impact on our local communities. Big impact on the local economy, bringing in tourism and retail dollars and even helping for us local farmers.
I read a Harvard study that said that if they enacted this law, this is how it would impact you folks. It would actually cost taxpayers $4,000 per employee that you would hire. Whereas the stimulus program cost us north of $90,000 per job. To me, that sounds like a pretty good deal.
It's a win-win.
You know, what's happened in small brewing over the last 25 years is really astounding because if you go back 25 years, there were fewer than 50 breweries in the United States. Today, there are more than 1,650 small breweries, and they now employ more than 100,000 people. So we've created 100,000 jobs in that period of time.
Wow.
And so there's real reason to believe this would work.
Leslie, I had no idea that your industry, the small craft brewer, you were so heavily taxed.
We are, but this is a fantastic opportunity to create jobs. From my own perspective, we're a very young company. There's demand for our product. We have an employment situation. People are ready for jobs. We just need the capital to put in new equipment, and this bill would do that. So
you are interested, all three of you, in lower taxes, but ultimately, if this bill were enacted, you would be able to hire a lot more people.
Absolutely.
What we're interested in being able to do is invest in our businesses and grow our businesses and as a result create more jobs.
Well, it's interesting stuff. Thanks for bringing it to our attention. Dan Kopman from Schlafly Beer, Leslie Henderson from Lazy Magnolia Brewery. That sounds good. And even though it is not even 7 o'clock in the East. And Nick Matt from FX Matt. We thank you all for joining us live.
Thanks very much.
Thank you.
Thanks for having us.